Yeah, just a great person, man. Someone that truly loves the game of football, works his tail off every single day, and gets the best out of his guys, especially his quarterbacks. And so I'm excited for him to have another opportunity in the NFL. I thought he did a great job in Arizona, especially with the offense, and so I think he'll do a great job in Washington, getting that offense going. Yeah, I think he always believed in me from the beginning, even when I wasn't getting a lot of offers coming out of high school. And then when I got there, he evolved the offense to really fit my game. And I think that's what you have to do as a great offensive coordinator in this league, is you have to evolve the offense to fit the guys that you have, and I think he's done that everywhere he's been.
JJ, your last couple of years, you were in Arizona with Cliff Kingsbury. He's back in the NFL now with the Commanders. What's Washington getting with Cliff?
I love Cliff. He's a great guy. Cliff and I are good buddies. We'll be buddies for the rest of our lives. I love him. He's a very creative play caller. He's going to find ways to all sorts of different ways to get into different looks, to get the ball to different guys. So I'm looking forward to seeing him back in the NFL and seeing some of his creativity in the play calling. One of my favorite plays that he's ever run was in my last game when he got the touchdown to A.J. Green. It was a crazy drawn-up play, and Cliff told me, it's a great story, but I've told it a couple times, but we were at breakfast the morning before the game, and every morning of the game I go over and I ask the offensive coordinators, I say, hey, what's the first play of the game? And they always tell me, this or that. And I went over to him the morning of my last game and I said, all right, Cliff, what's the first play today? And he goes, all I'm going to say is have your helmet ready, because we're either going out on defense or we're kicking off, and because we just scored a touchdown. And sure as shit, we went out there and scored a touchdown the very first play to A.J. Green. And I grabbed my helmet. I went over to him like, you weren't kidding. It was crazy. So it was a cool moment.
Is Cliff the right guy? Let's say they go quarterback at number 2 in Washington. Is Cliff the right guy to develop that kid?
I'm looking forward to watching it and seeing it. I mean, it's a fascinating situation for Washington. Obviously, Cliff has the Caleb connection, so I'm really looking forward to it. He's got some great play calls, and he can put him in good situations, so it'll be fun to watch.
Talking about the coordinators, the way you break down offense, what do you think of Cliff Kingsbury for Washington?
Well, I have a lot of similar thoughts, almost to what I do with like Dan Quinn. Right? One, I'm not in love with the offense. I'm not. It's a little bit this is what we do, right? And what my problem is this is what we do is like when you play the Packers in the divisional round, they go, well, we know or the wild card round, we know what you're doing. And they expose them, right? That can be said the same with Cliff Kingsbury, right? Hasn't had many influences other than the one he learned originally at Texas Tech on the offensive side of the ball. I think that as the season goes on, and we saw this with Arizona, teams pick up on their tendencies. There's not a lot of curves. There's not a lot of zigs when you think you're going to zag. And all of that stuff leads to, like we saw in Arizona, kind of the offense starting to stall out as the season ended because the NFL defenses were all over it, right? They were understood, okay, wait, when they line up this, they like this, and there was never any breaking of tendencies. And that's what I worry about a little bit here with Kingsbury as the OC.